on the show. Now, to our first story, patients seeking treatment at the Teshie Camp 2 clinic may be placing their health at risk as the facility struggles to operate without a dependable water supply. Health workers at the clinic say the worsening water crisis is severely undermining care delivery. They report frequent water outages that make it impossible to wash bed linens or properly clean washrooms after use. Conditions they warn are accelerating the spread of infections and endangering already vulnerable patients. The following report has more.
A deepening water crisis is taking a heavy toll on residents of Teshie, particularly in the Camp 2 area. At the local clinic, nurses say the absence of running water has transformed routine healthcare into a daily struggle, with deteriorating sanitation contributing to the spread of infections within the facility.
Infection, because with the bed sheets, washing it is a problem. So I say spread of infection is really becoming high here, because we have to use water to wash the bed sheet before we can use it for another patient. But because we can't get water to wash the bed sheet, if the person lies on it and we see, oh, this one is not dirty, so let me let the other patient use it. Maybe you can't see it with your eyes that it's dirty, but it's really dirty. So infection is really a problem for us now.
To that, imagine wee-wee on wee-wee. Okay, somebody would have to use the washroom, and since there's no water to flush immediately, the next person will also have to do that until there's a pile-up, and then we are able to flush. So there really is going to be an infection spread.
Health workers explain that the clinic frequently operates without water, making it impossible to wash bedspreads or disinfect washrooms after patient use. They say they are forced to buy sachet water with their own money just to provide basic care, a practice they warn cannot continue.
I had to go back home because I wanted to use the washroom, and then there was no water. And at that time too, there was no sachet water to buy. So I had to just rush, take a taxi, go back home, and then come back to the workplace.
Just imagine you having an antenatal or a mother who has delivered, and she really has to take her bath. You know, blood has a bit of a stench, so she will have to take her bath. So we really have to fill the buckets. Yeah.
So you see, from patient to patient, you have to wash your hands. But because there is no water, sometimes you are tempted to use the sanitizer to wash your hands. And then too much of it too is not really good. And then the sanitizer, I don't think it really helps a lot, because if you are doing invasive procedures and use sanitizer and then go to another patient, cross-infection. It's not really helping us, so they should do something about it for us.
We purchase water with our own pocket money, and we have to travel distances to fetch water. Sometimes 20 cedis a day for the gallons of water. So when you come to sachet, we spend like between 30 and 50 cedis.
The impact of the water shortage extends beyond the clinic. Food vendors in the community say the lack of water has forced many of them to halt operations, cutting off their primary source of income.
Oh, 5 months now.
I haven't been able to cook and sell for about 5 months now. I have to travel to Osu and Labadi just to buy water before I can work. The situation is really serious, and the authorities need to do something about it.
Me try on is one me bedali cranu, kitwe be pyramid dali, na me buy. Na me benu edwan na ehia me. Edwan kra me di bennuanu krampo ensu edwan na me di bennuanu.
Ye hu nyina ahihye. Pure water na yeto na ye di dware.
We are bleeding because we have to buy sachet water for domestic use. I've stopped cooking because I don't get water. I can't use unhygienic water to cook and sell. So for now, I've stopped working.
Me nto me mfa nso enye. Nton na yare nchi me na yare nchi me nua bia. Obeto nso, obeto aduane no. Nti na nsan aduane no man to me aye bio.
Residents also describe daily hardships, long walks in search of water, escalating costs of sachet water, and growing fears of disease outbreaks as basic hygiene becomes increasingly difficult.
A very difficult situation for the people of Suchuno Electra area, by extension, the whole of the municipality. Very precarious. very frustrating. People are supposed to go to work, but because of water problem, all of them has just decided to go search for water. So that is what many of them are doing. Many of them are entrepreneurs. Many of them are government workers. Me, myself, as I'm speaking, I'm a government worker at the municipal assembly. But when I was coming, I was also called that this is a situation.
This morning, I've delivered water to several people. It's very serious. Even what the bucket of water to even bath to work is a problem. To cook as well, yes. They are going through that. I think you heard it from my sister over there.
Nowadays, if we want to fetch water, unless we go to Tebibiano or Triblo, and the water price to some, they are selling it 5 cedi, 6 cedi, and things. So we are suffering. We are really suffering.
We've been suffering because of water. We've been going far places because of water. And as at now, we are still facing that problem.
So I no pay in Jala, Jen, say Jali. Say, some colonna be a square son of Pomudal Cosco, or Mobanso, and some Mudra, saying, Ye knew say the best Samamuti, or Mudaluco school by in Jalo, will be no more domon sad and some boy.
With healthcare delivery, livelihoods, and daily life under strain, residents are calling for urgent intervention, warning that failure to act could escalate the crisis into a full-scale public health emergency for the entire Teshi community.
Well, away from that, the Ghana Police Service has arrested a suspect for allegedly using social media to lure and deceive individuals in an attempt to compromise the ongoing police recruitment exercise. Interior Minister Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak says the police acted swiftly after detecting the activity, tracked the suspect, and effected the arrest. More than 29,000 applicants are expected to undergo the screening process in the Greater Accra region alone. Fatao Bayaga has more in the following report.
More than 29,000 applicants who are seeking to enter the Ghana Police Service have begun their screening process. Minister in charge of the Interior, Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak, has visited about 3 of the centers where he's been interacting with some of the applicants and assuring them of government's commitment to ensuring that the right individuals are given the opportunity to serve in the Ghana Police Service. He spoke about the fact that an individual who tried to compromise with the system was arrested and would be put before court.
One person, at least for now, because we are working with Eagle Eye, and believe me, we are using all the resources available to us. National Signal Bureau, NIB, CID, PID, we are using all, and we are working with Eagle Eye online what people are doing. So you try it, we immediately go in and zero on you and grab you.
Will you be put before court?
Yes, obviously, because the person has been processed. I want to believe that today, tomorrow, the person will be put before the court.
The minister also spoke about the fact that protocol will not be allowed this year, as the government is trying to ensure that right persons are given the opportunity to serve in the service.
And this idea that, oh, I can give it to somebody and that, please, if someone collected your thing, tell them they're going to give it to Minister Interior, please forget it. You go through the process. This usual thing where people sit in the comfort of their home, they won't buy form, they won't do anything, and then they say, oh, protocol, and then we send them. It's a thing of the past. That one, and the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I have his firm support that we won't do that.
Some of the applicants who went through the process today expressed satisfaction with the exercise and recommended that the current approach should be adopted in subsequent recruitments.
Initially, we all know the tragedy that happened with the military one. So initially, I was kind of skeptical about how the whole thing is going to be. So when I got here, I realized, things were moving so fast as I was expected.
I'll say the process was okay. Everything went very smoothly. I think it was well organized. We were provided with seats and we were given some water and snacks also.
It was really calm. Yeah. Really.
So you didn't struggle to go through?
No, we didn't struggle at all.
I would describe this process as one of the best process so far. We give us drink, water, snack. And they made us feel so okay, so welcome to be part of them. Yeah.
For JoyNews, Fatao Bayaga, Police Training School, Accra.
Well, the Ashanti Regional Command of the Ghana Police Service has urged unqualified applicants to avoid the ongoing recruitment screening at the police training school in Portase, which target medical professionals, degree and HND holders, and skilled workforce. The exercise, which began on Monday, has been smooth and is targeting about 2,000 applicants that have already been screened. Joseph Obeng has more.
Ashanti Regional PRO of the police, DSP Godwin Ahianyo, says about 2,000 personnel have so far been screened. The first phase of the exercise will end on Wednesday for the next phase to take off with the WASI holders. Speaking to JoyNews, Mr. Ahianyo said with measures put in place, there would not be crowding of personnel at the various centers.
Today, enlistment process taking place at the Regional Police Training School Portase is solely for those who are qualified to come for the body selection with regard to HND, medical professionals, and those with degrees. To be done today, tomorrow, and then the mock part will be on Wednesday. So it's in two sections. In the morning, it's 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. They are doing 2,000 in the morning, and then the afternoon section, they're also doing 2,000 for the degrees and the other professionals up to Wednesday. Then come Thursday, we are doing extra 4 centers. That is the West Coast area, the Kumasi Sports Stadium, the hockey pitch. We have the Kumasi Jubilee Park, Chepatre Bus Terminal, as well as the training school. We are doing only WASI selection process.
The police PRO described the first day of the exercise as smooth due to the segmentation of the groups. He cautioned unqualified applicants to stay away from the process and also urged the qualified personnel to go to the various centers with their scheduled date to avoid crowding.
So if you are listening to me, wherever you are scheduled to go to, be it West Coast, Chepatre Bus Terminal, Police Training School, make yourself available to that center. Do not come to depot whilst you know you have to go to West Coast, and you come and you'll be frustrated. And probably go and sit on radio and say the police enlistment process is not going well. You can attest to the fact that the exercise is being smooth and everything is going on successfully.
Joseph Obeng's report, read to you.
In a move to safeguard institutional knowledge amid rapid expansion, the Jospon Group of companies plans to re-engage retired employees as industry experts to train new workers across 8 operations in 25 African countries. Speaking at the 2026 Jospon Leadership Conference, Chairman Dr. Joseph Siawe Japon said the initiative targets former staff with specialized technical expertise and aimed at strengthening skills transfer.
Need people to train for drivers, mechanics. So I ask all the retired mechanics and drivers that have gone home, come back. Come back. Because you have to go and train people in Kenya. You have to go and train people in Gabon. You see, so the Lord, He's creating another avenue that whatever you couldn't achieve, come back and take it back. So I want to thank everyone here for your patience, for your commitment, your sacrifices, your love for this company. I know you have been praying. I want to thank your families, your husbands, your wives, your entire family. Everybody who hears Zoom Lion's name, I know you have been praying for this company. All Ghanaians, I want to thank all Ghanaians, the whole entire the corporate setting, everyone. It is the whole Ghana's glory. It is not for Zoom Lion. It's not for Jospon. It's Ghana. This is Ghana, an African company in 25 African countries. This is Ghana. This is not Jospon's glory. This is not Zoom Lion's glory. I want to thank everyone who in diverse ways have supported us.
Passenger arrivals have declined marginally by 1.3% in year-on-year terms to 102,078 in September 2025, According to the November 2025 Monetary Policy Report, this was down from 103,387 arrivals recorded a year ago. Now, on a month-on-month basis, passenger arrivals decreased by 10.5%. We've captured more in the following report.
The report pointed out that cumulatively, for the first 3 quarters of 2025, passenger arrivals remained largely unchanged at 938,210 arrivals recorded at the international airport and the land borders. This is compared with 941,692 for the corresponding period in 2024. Meanwhile, international trade at the country's 2 main harbors, Tema and Takrady, are measured by laden container traffic for inbound and outbound containers improved during the period under review. Total container traffic increased by 20.6% year-on-year to 73,648 in September 2025. This was up from 61,093 for a similar period in 2024. In cumulative terms, total container traffic for the first 3 quarters of 2025 went up by 23.2% to 647,536. This is compared with 525,623 for the corresponding period of last year.
Banking consultant Dr. Richmond Detuahene has revealed that a review of Goldbot's trading model would have a significant impact on currency stability and reserve accumulation. His comment follows a call by the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama, appealing to the finance minister to consider a sustainable financing structure for Goldbot's trading model. Speaking to Joy Business, Dr. Detuahene stated that the move would help Ghana settle most of its debts.
I also want to commend the governor. The governor is not hedging in the gold. He is going to foreign currency. If you check the reserves of gold we have, it is nowhere near the foreign currencies we have. So it is a strategy where you get the gold, you go into the market, sell, and come and put your balance. It means that once we are in the gold phase, we're going to have, I'm sure by all things being equal, if the geopolitics go on as it's going on, gold, as I'm told, for bullion market, is going to go to $5,000 per ounce by, I think, half of this year. If that goes that way, it means we can build our reserves up 20 billion for the next 3-4 years, 2 years. And you need to get 20 billion. Then you begin even to think of paying off your debt. Because the debt is becoming a debt overhang, especially with the euros and the other things. So if the more we can accumulate the reserve in terms of selling the gold and getting the foreign currency, the more we can go and pay some of our debt so that we come out of this debt checking or debt overhang that we have over the years.
Well, let's wrap up the AM news and the business update with the commodities market. But after that, we'll bring you the AM sports. Do stay on.